Yeah, what's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? We're gonna be looking at a quick video real quick from Ringo TV Reactions. Let me see here. Oh shoot, I need to
It's really, really bad, man. Really, really bad. Notice how a lot of these folks are still living in the past. Let me see this. Consider this, good sir. 1957. We in 2026. You still in 19. Bro, are y'all seeing this, guys? Are y'all seeing this? Consider this, good sir. 1957, a black man reporter was beaten by a mob of you know what. Go back to that time and see if you don't get upset, sir. You would not be able to handle it. Let me look in the camera. I don't give a fuck about that. I got a family to provide for, a wife to take care of, house to take care of, cars to take care of. I don't give a fuck about who was beaten up in 1950 whatever 7.
Yo, what's up, guys? How you guys doing tonight? What's up, Mr. Bot Bro? What's up, the real Delana? How you doing? Is bro talking about slavery? A little bit, but I want you guys to hear this real quick. Hold on, let me keep going. 1 second.
Are you seeing this, guys? These people want me to go in the past so I can be angry. Are you not seeing it in real time? He said you would get upset knowing what they did to that person. Think about their mindset. Can't you see this? That's what they want to do to Black Americans. They want us to remain upset and angry about the past. Don't most Black Americans claim that they're Christians and they believe in God? Okay, if you believe in God, why haven't you forgiven? If you believe in your God, if you believe in Jesus Christ, why haven't you forgiven the enemy? Where's forgiveness? Where is it? If you really believe the Bible, why you haven't forgiven and moved on? Do you see my point? Again, guys, look at that comment. Consider this, good sir. 1957, a black man reporter was beaten by a mob of you know what. He can't even say white people because he's scared, right? Go back to that time and see if you don't get upset, sir. So his goal is he want me to get upset. about something that happened in 1957. So this is what black folk do? You guys sit in the past getting upset? What about all the Asian people who died? What about that white man that was just walking his dog and a group of blacks beat him to death and his family had to bury him? What about his situation? Oh, that don't matter because he's white. He deserved it, right? I understand. Imagine looking for stories to get upset about. And we're in 2026 and we got all these problems. Guys, the other day, right? You remember the story about the so-called 2 black girls that was in the suitcase and everybody was calling it white supremacy, saying that, oh, these kids was murdered by some white person, sundown town, all this goofy shit. Oh, guess who they just arrested? A black woman. A black woman arrested. I thought everybody said the white man did it. I thought everybody said the white man did it. Now it turns out the black woman did it. Where is everybody now? You got people taking down their videos now. They were blaming white supremacy. They was blaming sundown towns. They were blaming the white man. Now they got a black woman arrested. And y'all were telling me why I'm not speaking on that topic. Because I wait for the information to come out. Now I'm going to speak on it. Because the information came out. See, I'm not going to speak about a topic and then it comes out that, oh, I was blaming a certain group and they had nothing to do with it. Come on now. It's crazy, man.
Okay, great. Wait, were you even listening? You haven't taken a single note?
That person wanted me to go back in time to get upset. So I could just imagine some of these people they probably get those stories like, like Emmett Till. Oh, look what they did to Emmett Till. I can't believe they did that to him. They get upset about that too. Till this day, they get upset about these things. Just like a lot of times when we have these discussions, right? People use, what's that guy that they made the statue of, the black guy, where the riots happened? What was his name? I forgot his name, but they teared up the streets and they made a statue out of him. That black guy, they made him into a martyr, and the man was a sexual deviant who abused kids and he was in.
Oh, I gotta skip this part. Hold on.
Absolutely sick, guys. Let me see what we got. As the human race, it seems like we let the creator down.
Let me rewind real quick, guys. Hold on.
You don't see the boomers pretty much set in order. No, they don't care. They done. They forgot about this. They said, man, I'm done. I'm not wasting my time. So now we're all scrambling around just making noise and no results is happening. Like, where's the results? Where's the results in the black community? Where's the results? Think about that. I mean, again, guys, check out the comments from the wonderful people. Check it out. Sir, with all due respect, you are a hypocrite. Let me explain to you what a hypocrite is, because you didn't graduate high school. A hypocrite is a person who profess certain beliefs that they do not hold. For example, if I am a practitioner of going to a club where there are strippers, and I tell you that it is wrong to go to the strip club, but yet I'm at the strip club on the low key, that would make me a hypocrite. Do you understand the meaning of a hypocrite? It's a person who profess certain beliefs, that they do not hold. That is what a hypocrite is. Now, let's look at your wonderful comment. Sir, with all due respect, you're a hypocrite. They went through a lot back in the 1800s and 1940s and 50s. What have you been through? Know it all, whatever, whatever. Again, pointless comment, just dumb, makes no sense. We are actually living in the worst time in history, which is worse than what they've been through. You want me to tell you why? I'm glad you asked that question. All of the blacks, right, that was raised during the 40s and 50s, where you had various segregation and various other issues, endured a time in life that you would probably think it's wrong, horrible, it's just bad. But you know what they had that we didn't had? They got along, dumbass. Today, 2026, we don't even get along. We're not even in that time of segregation the way they were. We're free and we act like animals. You tell me, this is the worst time in history because we have the freedom to make changes and do better, and we refuse to do it. We have the freedom to love one another, but we don't. We have all the resources around us, the technology to communicate with one another, where they didn't have this. Malcolm X didn't have the internet. Dr. King didn't have the internet. He couldn't mobilize the world, the people. He couldn't do it. We can, but we don't do it. This is the worst time in history because we have all the resources, the technology, and we're full of hate. We're full of hate. We don't know how to mobilize, and we don't know how to unite. Malcolm X, Dr. King, various other men were able to do things, and they didn't even have the resources we had. So put that in your pipe and smoke it.
All right. Let's deconstruct that. He said that back in the 40s and 50s, they got along because, what did he say? Because they had, it was something, I forgot. But he basically was trying to say that we act like animals. So I guess he's trying to say, I don't know. But they got along because that's all they had. I mean, it was just, there was segregation. There was, they couldn't go to certain neighborhoods and all that stuff. So it's like, what is he talking about? Because we had to come together during that time anyway. But I don't know. People were sold for a bag of salt in slavery. Oh wow, I didn't know that. Hold on, guys. Let me charge my computer. Yeah, what do you think, Mr. Bot Bro? Yeah, I was shocked too. People were also sold for a pair of pants. Man. Let's keep listening. See what else he has to say. Oh, be sure to like the stream, guys, as well.
Because you don't know the half of what we're going through. We're living in a time right now where everything is expensive, dumbass. In times of old, in those days, the cost of living was cheap. People were able to buy houses for pennies. Today, you got to work your ass off to survive. Some of your great-great-grandparents bought a home, ultra cheap. Let me give you another pointer of what's really going on. Watch this. And this is a true story. This is 100% truth. My wife's father, he's still alive. He's about 80-something years old, right? This man, now watch this. This to show you how most elderly people think. It's amazing. He bought a house. I believe it was $40,000 to $50,000, a whole house. A whole house, guys. A house. $50,000. This particular house is, I'm not going to say the location in Brooklyn. At the same time, they were doing like a renovation of the community, and they building these big buildings, right? They wanted to buy his house that he paid $50,000 for. You know how much they want to offer him? Guess. Guess how much they offered him to buy his $50,000 house. Guess how much?
Let me rewind real quick, guys. There was something else he said. Hold on.
This is my comeback. Transform your future with a degree at PurdueGlobal.edu.
The one who dies with the most toys wins.
Look at this amazing demonstration.
Love. Crazy for resources. Then, and it's something. Your own people. It is sort of like we're the laughing stock of the world. Rights. Why the fuck? Since you, let me. It doesn't make any sense, man. Even be bothering you. Why did that? Who cares if a black person wears a MAGA hat? Who cares? Why does that bother you? Why does that bother you? That shouldn't even be bothering you. Why do you make it an issue? You acting as if though somebody did something to you. It doesn't make any sense, man. And that's the problem. Now think about this, guys. Think about the slave mentality. Watch the slave mentality of blacks. Somebody says, if the Civil Rights Act wasn't passed, you wouldn't be talking like this, sir. Let me wake you up. Let me speak in the language that you understand. Since you are so educated in civil rights, let me show you how fucking dumb you are. If the Civil Rights Act wasn't passed, you wouldn't be talking this way, sir. If you believe in so much civil rights, why the fuck you keep wasting your time focusing on white supremacy, who's a racist, slavery, and all this dumb shit? Why you haven't moved on and improved your life? It's because you're a slave, even with civil rights.
Oh my God.
And that's the problem with black Americans. All of these leaders we had who fought and died for our freedom, all of our ancestors who bled and shed blood and tears. What the fuck are we doing today in 2026 to honor them? Nothing. All we do is fight and bicker amongst one another. We're the laughing stock of the world. Pure hypocrisy.
Oh my God. Okay.
Is something wrong with black Americans? Imagine a person telling me If it wasn't for civil rights, I won't be able to speak the way I'm speaking. But yet, with all this civil right nonsense, you still hate white Americans. You still hate white people. You're a racist at heart. Why are you so full of hate to the point where you're exercising your hate against me, but you still support white-owned businesses, hypocrite? Your money is sitting in a white bank. Your money. The white man got your money in a bank. But you would think about this, guys. These folks that hate the truth have no problem being mad with me. They don't ever do that to the white man. They don't ever do that, guys. It is sort of like with black on black crime, when you see blacks killing and shooting each other. It's easy to do that because we're expendable. It's easy to do that. Guys, do you know in the most violent black communities, in the ghetto, in the hood, any predominantly black community that is the deep hood of the ghetto slums, do you know white people can walk through the hood, through the ghetto, and not be touched? Nobody, no one would touch them. I see it all the time. I see white men and white women walk through the roughest gang-infested neighborhoods and not one black person do a thing to them. But if you're black and you walk through the hood, your own people be the first to try kill you, harass you, rob you. What set you from? What hood you rep? Yo, you wearing those colors. A white man could go to the hood and wear red in a predominantly Crip environment. He's wearing all red. Not one Crip would do a thing to him.
Here's how it works. First, go to riverside.fm and open an account, and then you'll be able to capture.
Let a black man walk in a Crip environment, all red. He get jumped and beat and killed. And he's not even a gang member. His favorite color is red. He just happened to wear a red jumpsuit. And he get killed. Is something wrong with black Americans? Yep, something definitely wrong. And this is why I try to have these discussions, because I know that this falls on deaf ears. I know that most of you are never going to listen, right? Stuff like this you just don't listen to because, again, it causes you to have to challenge and look within. And it's something that most people don't want to do. They don't want to look within. They don't want to look at themselves. They don't want to judge themselves. You know, when I was a kid growing up, I thought that as a child, everybody got along. At least it appeared that way. But then when I got older, I realized that we really never got along. We just act like we did. You remember those days when you was a kid and you thought that your entire family got along? They really never did. They were just acting like they loved one another. But they didn't. We've always been divided. Till this day, it's worse. And it's scary because if push comes to shove and something really go down in the world right now, we would not unite as a community to protect our women and children. We would not. We would not. We will be killing each other. That's just the truth. Blacks would be killing blacks like crazy for resources. We would not mobilize at all. And that's scary. That is scary. We will be killing one another over resources. We talk all this talk on social media, but if the truth be told, if it really hit the fan, we're done. We don't know how to mobilize together because there's no real brotherhood. There's no real love. Everything is fake, you know? And it don't make no sense, man, at all. None whatsoever. Let me see. Yeah, I deal with my sister, extended family. Everybody got issues with their family.
Yeah, I don't know. That was interesting. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we have a freaking potential World War III on our hands, and he's talking about they're going to be killing each other, and it's scary, man. Bro, get out of here. Sounds like he doesn't like to be black. Let's see.
The side of the building. Very, very. Anyone there?
Anybody there? Anybody there?